Yo, people, what's good? Hope everyone is having a nice and awesome day. We're back again for another war, and today we are up against LinaM, also known as Loyalty is Not a Mistake. So, for the bans, they have banned the Power Sisters, known as Nico and Caro. They've banned Kushala, Spider Woman, and Wealth by Night. To be fair, these are actually pretty decent bans because these champs can do a lot of fights where they've put in a certain amount of defenders on certain nodes, which these champs can actually make real child's play with. So I understand why they've banned these type of champs. And of course, the global band attackers, you already know the drill. Picking up, before we get into the war, picking up from our last war, we did manage to beat Savage Squad with a good 25 to 12 deaths and fight duration of 14,214, time to 50,525. So not bad. So GG's to the Alliance for that. And we're just hoping that we can continue to cook. And yeah, as the season goes on, just play our fight smoothly. So we are going to be back on par 7 again. And our team consists of Shuri, Vox, and Fantman. The defenders we are going to be taking are going to be as follows. So we're going to be fighting a Cheeilth, an Arcade, so pretty standard fights. Then we're going to be taking a Zola on Path 7, which we're going to be using Shuri for, and then Havok on Power Creep. And then to wrap it off, we're going to be taking Yelena on Poison Rupture using Vox. So without further ado, let's get into the first fight, which we're going to be taking with this Cheeilth, and we're going to be taking with Fantman. This is a pretty much standard Fantman fight. There's literally no sort of potential risk here. I don't need to probably heavy boost for this fight because I'm not going to be throwing any specials. We're just going to be letting the power detonation do its job and just trying to nuke her as quickly but as smoothly as possible. Notice that my game audio isn't on muted, so we're just going to turn up the sound effects just a little bit. So we start off by going for a few combos, going for some intercepts, trying to build up that nano armor, which is nice. Going for more intercepts, which is nice. We bait out SP2, and now as you can see, she has the power detonation, which is lovely. We do get clipped there, but it's not the end of the world because Fantman has that regen in his kit, so it allows us to stay topped off and healthy during the fight. She does have the damage reflect, which is fine. We're just going to back off. I'm not going to play anything too risky. I'm not going to play too crazy. We bait out heavy, which is nice. Going for a combo. And the power detonation is on her. So yeah, we're just still comboing her. She's already at 49%. We did take a few bleeds to the face, but it's not ideal. We just want to continuously just hit her. We're not going to throw any special, because if we throw a special, just what you saw, we're going to get the power detonation, we're going to get the damage reflect, and it's going to hurt us a little bit. So we do get the power detonation. We are getting these juicy light intercepts in, and yeah, everything's going pretty chill, pretty blessed. Like, I had no there was no doubt in my mind that if I were to bring a counter any other than Mutant for this fight, I'll die, because any champ that doesn't rely on debuffs can pretty much nuke this Cheeilth fight or whatever's been placed in. So yeah, that was a really solid fight. 1 minute 39, not too bad with Fantman. Let's move to the next. So for the next fight, we have Arcade on the same mode that we did last war, which is Blood in the Water. Now last war I did do this with using with white mags, but this time around I have the white mags, which is okay because it's not ideal. It does help with the fight because it tranquilize can be a bit annoying, but knowing that Vox here He's an absolute beast. We shouldn't have to worry too much. I'm not needed. I'm not having it. So we go for an SB1. Get the undermine up. He goes for an SB1. We go in. Get the decks off, which is fine. And then he goes for the heavy, which is beautiful. We pause our debuffs. The tranquilize goes, and we manage to get our ramp back in. And he's already at 75%. So yeah, this is pretty chill. We go in. He does have the tranquilize, which is not ideal. We're gonna wait until we can falls off, and boom. He's out of arcade charges, which is fine. We're going for another SB1, and he has 23 degens. He goes for an SB1. Gets the X off, and yep, we go for a heavy pause. He tries to bait a heavy, but he goes for another SB1, which is fine. Because right now he's about to tick out. We do have the undermine, which is fine, so he will not block us. And the fight's over. So yeah, pretty chill fight, pretty easy with Vox, pretty standard. Let's move on to the next one. So on to the next fight, which is Zola. And we're going to be doing this fight using Shuri. I was almost about to click Vox there, which would have been not too great. But yeah, we're going to be running the big... We're running 8% tech boost, and of course the 150% tech power boost. We have the advanced power boost up, which is fine because that will help us get into the flow of our ramp, which is pretty nice. And basically for this fight, there are two things to keep in mind. One, we need to make sure that we have a lot of charges. So if Zola does get into have a lot of charges, we can use the untouchable to get some openings. And two, just gotta be careful of when he gets the unblockable. But knowing that Shuri is duped, we can't block unblockable attacks, only unblockable basics. So you have to keep that in mind. We do get clips at the start here. Which is not ideal. So yeah, the parry is annoying because that is a damage debuff. So we do manage to get the heavy punish off. Now I've seen that he's been a bit stingy with his AI, not throwing a special, which is not ideal. So we've got 7 charges, and there we go. Now we're getting some of these critical shocks in, which is not bad. Now we got 10, and then we go for the punish. Go back in for an SP1. We do have to be careful with the energize. We do manage to get clip from the SP1, which is not ideal. Well, it kind of is a bit ideal. And there we go, we get a bit more shocks on them. Top ourselves up. So he's at 14%, 14 charges, which is not the end of the world. Going for the punish. Try and get some more charges on. Bait is heavy, which is nice. Into relic. And into... He does go to SB2 there, but it's fine because we just have to stay back from it, which is good. And now we are winning the health race, which is pretty good. And he's starting to tick out. So right now from here, I can probably just dash back and let the shocks do the work. We have around 20 shocks in him, and he has 13 charges. We're not going to hit him anymore. We're just going to let the shocks tick out, and he should be around dead. So one thing I did forget is that Shuri can block unblockable attacks, not basic, which is why when I went for the unblockable, went for the block, the block failed, and I just got comboed. So she can block on block with special attacks, but not basics. But regardless, the fight went pretty smooth in the end. We managed to keep composure and yeah, get the solo. And now for our fourth fight, which is Havok on power creep. We are going to be doing this with Fantman. So yeah, this is basically a standard Havok fight. Aim here, get the nano armors, and mostly bait out SB2s because we don't want them to get plasma ramp, which is not ideal, but just part of Havok's kit. We have to be careful because he's going to be getting combat power rate as well, so we just need to be careful. So yeah, we get off one power detonation, which is nice. Bait out some heavies to reduce the cooldown of the power detonation, and we just go in for an SB2. Ideally, I should have probably went for a combo in the 5-hit combo, ending with a light, so I can go for an SP1 to get some disintegration charges up. But it's not the end of the world. This is just a standard Havok fight. I don't understand why he's been placed here. It's kind of a weird placement. But then again, we don't have to care too much in the world. We can just go for another SP2. And yeah, the fight is basically almost over. Bait this SP2 out, go in combo, into a light combo, and into SP1, and the fight's over. So yeah, pretty standard Havok fight, nothing too crazy. Fantman just cooks it. Alright, so now to wrap up this war, my last fight will be this mini boss we're taking, which is Yelena on 44. So now ideally one of the bans they banned for this fight was Wolf, which would have been pretty much a better option because Wolf makes this fight way more simplistic, but because he was banned, we had to opt for the second option, which is Vox. So it's not ideal here, but yeah, this fight will be a little bit tense, but the aim here is to not get in the corner and just try and make sure we do as much damage before she gets us in, before we get into elimination mode. So the fight begins and we're gonna go in for we go for the light intercept, but she does go for heavy punish, which is nice. We get our corruptor buffs up, punish a heavy attack, which is nice. So we're just gonna try and stall a little bit by whiffing some lights, and then we're trying to go for heavy punish. She does crit us there, which is not ideal. And now she's in the rupture phase. Good thing that her AI isn't too bad. We are trying to get her punishing. But yeah, the bleeds are critting a little bit. And now she has the 20 ruptures on her. We get the pause up. And we're going for the SP1. We do probably get 2 ruptures on us, which is not ideal. We're going to bait this SB1 like so. And yeah, she does eventually give us some breathing space, which is nice. Trying to punish her heavy, but it's fine. Which you do get off loftily. We go for an SB1, and we have 45 degens on her. Going for the pause. And she's melting slowly but surely. And I think we can end off the fight here. And yeah, that is it. So pretty exciting fight there. It was my first time taking this fight, and I thought there was going to be very risk, but there was literally minimal no risk. We played it to our expectations. She didn't get to elimination mode. We had a bunch of degens to melt her, and all in all, that was just a good fight. Vox is really such a fun champ, and I'm excited to see how far I can get with him this season. But yeah, that's the end of my war fights. If you guys did enjoy this video, please like and subscribe. The goal for this alliance is for us to get masters, so that will be the aim there. But I'm excited to see what kind of fights I have along the way to get to that point. So yeah, if you do like, please drop a like, subscribe, and drop a comment on what I could have done to play better. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. GG's and peace out.